So polymorphism, ideally, in Java. See, what is polymorphism? Polymorphism is PHIS. Yeah. So polymorphism is what? See, that is a feature in Java that allows instance instance treated uh closely to their parent class. Okay, like closely to their parent. Now that parent can be anything. Okay, that parent can be the method, that parent can be a class or anything. Like say we'll go with a class, so that is known as inheritance. Right. Now, what are the type of polymorphism? Polymorphism is of two type. First is compile time, that is known as static. Okay. Or you can say the method overloading. So that is static or method overloading, like where we are going to overload the method. Now, what ideally happens in that? See, that occurs when what is the case scenario? So scenario is when we'll have multiple methods can be in a same class. Remember, that can be in our methods in a same class, but with different parameters. So let's understand how we can implement that concept. So for that purpose, what I'll do, I'll just open Eclipse. Second. Yep. And there, I'm just going to create a new class. Right click new class. Test, let me change the package. So that package is com.java.test polymorphism. Again, this test overload. Now, what is the basic concept, like how we are going to create codes in Java? First of all, what we can do, we can create a main class, and after that, whatever be the pending implementation that we can do. Because see, this is an Eclipse, so we had created this as a base class. Now I'll just create a main method. Perfect. Now I'm going to create an external class. So that can be class test. In this class, now see, now this is a class which is outside the main. First of all, that class does not have any static method. That ideally class does not have any method as of now. So we need to provide a method first of all. So first of all, I'm going to provide a method that is public void add. Sorry, add. Now this is my method add. Now what is the definition of this overloading or overriding? So what I'll do, let me open the definition. This. That method in same class but with a different parameters. Okay, so the parameters are different. It means I don't have any parameter yet. So for example, I'll provide a parameter that is integer a. Now I'll just print this out a. So this is one method. As of now, no memory is allocated to this method, nothing will have. So what I'll do, I'll copy the same method and paste. Now this is overload. Right now this is overload. How we can say that this is overload? Overloading is what? We already have a definition. Add is already given and we are trying to provide add again. Like how it makes sense in programming. So this is my main block. I'm not discussing the above section. I declare integer x equals to 10 semicolon. That's it. Now x is already declared. I can declare it like that. Integer x. Now if I'll type integer y, that works. But if I type integer x, then what happened? We got an error. Why? Because we had already defined the variable and we are trying to redefine. It means we are trying to overload. This is the static, or you can say the compile time, so that we can identify the error at compile time. That's why it is known as compile time. So it means either I need to change the name of method, but if you are going to change the name of method, that is known as that cannot be recognized as overloading. So what I'll do, I'll just provide integer b. Now this is overloading. Method with same name and different parameters. So this is overloading. Now what we can do, if I can print a plus b there, right? And on that line, I can print a plus a. Now how memory is allocated to that? So concept is simple. This is our class, that class test. So memory is not allocated to this test. So what we'll do, we'll create test, object of test. Test control space test equals to new control space constructor. Now object is created, and now let me call test dot add. Now there you can see it is showing two methods. First is single parameter, second is double parameter. So what I'll do, I'll just click provide 12. So now when I'm going to run this, it will call this method. See, that method will call. But now if I'll type here test dot add 13 comma 14, so comma 14, one second. Now the second method will be called. Let me run this code. This is overloading. A very simple example of overloading, that how method can be overloaded. Okay, now next concept is overriding, or this is like one concept of polymorphism. Second concept is overriding, or that is known as runtime polymorphism. First one was compile time. Second one is runtime, or we can say this is the dynamic binding, right? Or we can say, okay, we must use slash, or we can say the method overriding. Now, what is, see, overriding is different and overloading is different. What is overriding? Overriding is what? Now, let me create a new class. And one more thing. See, to perform this, we required inheritance as well. Okay, that is not possible. This is not possible without inheritance. So what we can do, we can implement a small section of inheritance as well. Okay, so I'll open my Explorer project window and let me create a new class. So this is test over right. All right, now first of all, I'll create main. Main is required. After that, I declare a class that is like any class. The basic example is any. Okay, this is very basic example. Or let me go with the example of car. Car. So I'll have this car. Now what, see, that car has a method public. One second. It should be public method. And the method should be 4 tires. 4 tires. So that car, every car has 4 tires. The standard car has 4 tires. So I said I have 4 tires. Right. Now in this class, first of all, what is the definition of overriding? We'll go to the definition. Runtime dynamic binding method overriding. What does it mean? It means it, and if it is going with the inheritance, so it means it should be in the different classes. Okay, the classes should be different classes. Now what is that? This is the car. I'm considering the basic car. Now we'll have another car. For example, I'll just go with the Centro. Now what that Centro has? Centro has some additional features, and instead of the basic car, what it introduced the feature that is, I can say it has the power windows, but before the power windows, Centro also have the 4 tire. So this is a method. Every car have 4 tires. And now I'll have this. I'm just going to copy this method and paste it there. So, and there I'll just print a message. Centro car have 4 tires. Oh, looks good. So these two methods are different because they are in a different class. Now, if I'll go with a normal programming, so I need to create object of both classes. So what I'll do, I'll just create object car control space car equals to new control space car. This is the object of car. Now let me create object of centro. And just after this line, centro equals to new controller space centro. Looks so. Now I'll have car dot 4 tires. So you can see, guys, there, like, see, the car has the return type void and method is 4 tires. So it means that belongs to the car itself. Now if I'll type centro dot 4, now you can see that method belongs to centro class. This is the thing which we need to focus. Let me run this. Perfect. This is very basic example of Java that does not have overriding. Now, I'm just going to provide extends keyword, extends car. Now what it does, see, that has 4 tires already. It extend the same method in that. Now what will be the output? If I'll run this code, let me run this code, see again. Now there is no difference. Let me run this one. Now you can see every car has 4 tires, Centro have 4 tires. Why? Because we are creating object independently. But let me remove this. Let me remove this. Now in the Centro, if I'll go and call this 4 tire, now that 4 tires showing belongs to Centro. So that does not performing the overriding. So if we want to perform the overriding, so left class should be the parent class. Now car. Now what happened? Again, if you'll see control space, 4 tires method belongs to which class? Car. So that is overriding. Let's understand a very basic example of overriding again. I'll put this thing in comment. Leave everything. I'll have a variable integer. Once again, getup is required. Integer a equals to 10. Now I'm just going to print this out. A. I'll get a is 10. Perfect. Now if I'll have a equals to 20. So memory is already allocated to a in line number 19. And now I just override this 10 with 20. Now the value of this should be 20. This is known as overriding, right? So this is the very basic example of overloading and over.